Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Barndominium. We're going to go into concrete pour part 2 today, but before we do, I want to give you a footnote on part 1, something I thought of after we got the video up. Before you cover your plumbing up and get that, start doing the grade on that, guys, most places you will have to do a plumbing rough-in inspection there. So make sure you check on that in your area before you cover that up. Then once you get that done, you get your footings dug, you get graded out, you get your visqueen down, wire down, rebar in your footings right there. But when you're ready to pour, but before you pour, you will need to do a second inspection on concrete. So don't forget that. Get those 2 inspections done, check on it, make sure, and if you do, get those inspections done. So don't go anywhere. Hang tight. We're just going to come to you with part 2 of the concrete pour. Gets a little crazy. If I seem a little distracted, it's because I am. We had a lot of stuff going on, and some things got crazy there that day. But we wanted to show y'all that because that's part of it, man. It's all part of it, and sometimes you just have to bow up and push through. So hang in there. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be a cool episode, guys. God bless. Y'all hang with us. So we're back here in the morning of the pour. We're going to do a quick walkthrough on this thing before we start throwing mud on the ground. Just kind of show y'all the remainder of it right here at the finish of the pour on this little old thing. So I'm going to switch you guys around and let you see this thing. All right, guys, so here's what we got. You see we have now got all of our footings in. We've got all of our rebar in, our footings. We've got all of our visqueen and wire down. It turns down into the footing. We've also covered up all the plumbing, and we've graded all the finish on it. So everything's ready to go. Here in just a little bit, we're gonna get busy. We're gonna get to pouring out this thing. All right, guys, so our misfortune is y'all's fortune. Things go crooked sometimes, and best laid plans don't work out. So I'm gonna kind of explain to y'all what we got going here, and y'all gonna get to see some more additional stuff. Our original plan was to bring in these concrete trucks and back them in right there where that operator's standing. But we had a lot of rain into last week, and we were hoping it would dry up by this morning, and didn't. So we had a tough time, trucks trying to get stuck there. So we ended up last minute having to call in a pump truck. This is gonna add money to your concrete pour. So guys, you guys that are doing turnkeys with a contractor or black ends with a contractor, you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Contractor has it. But you guys that are trying to build yourself, you need to look into that. So the filming's been kind of short this morning because I've had to run. We had to get last minute, get a boom truck. A pump truck. Thankfully there was one we could get. Got it over here, but then we have a camper there of the customers, and a pump truck tends to splash more concrete than you do pouring out of a truck. So we had to get that covered up for that. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at this morning. We're getting the pour out done now, and all is well. All right, guys, how are we doing today? Glad to see you again. We're back on the concrete pour, and basically gonna give you guys a backstory here, because as you can see, we are finished with the concrete pour. This is the next day, and so wow, it's a great episode though. It wasn't what we planned. A lot of times it don't go the way you planned, and so that's what's gonna make this a good one. Because we really had some problems the other day when we were on this pour. One, we had the problem of getting trucks in last minute, had to find a pump truck, get it in. Thankfully, there was one available. We was able to get it here within 30, 45 minutes, got set up, went to pumping, and we got rolling again, and we were trying to get visqueen up on a camper here to keep it from getting sprayed. We were trying to get just all kinds of things knocked out and done and going. And so we got it going good, and unbeknownst to us, we got the next truck unloaded into the pump truck, got it pumped. He went down to clean out down a hill we have here, and didn't realize it, but he was kind of across the driveway, and the next truck come in. We didn't even realize he was coming in. He tried to pull around that truck, got one tire off the drive. It ended up the truck sank on one side, almost to the point of turning over with a full load of concrete. So we got stopped and tried to pull him out, and it was tipping too much. So it got real fun then. So we ended up having to use our skid steer loader. We was having to get concrete off the truck, a skid steer scoop at a time. We were able to put some in here. Then we had to try to load it into the pump hopper, which was about 2 foot narrower than the width of the skid steer bucket, and so we had to build a ramp to get the skid steer to tilt a little bit, and I had to get up there and guide it out of the bucket into the hopper with a board. We did 9 loads that way. Pretty wild, rough morning, but got that done and pumped, and to where we could get the truck pulled out, and then got to going. So it was kind of crazy, and I didn't get to do a whole lot of hands-on on this one. I'm sorry about that. Wish we could have gotten that for you, but we'll get it at another date. The main thing is we did get it finished, and I want to kind of let y'all look around at the finished product here. We got everything screeded down nice and pretty. These floors are going to be stained. We still got to do some saw cuts in it today, and so anyway, we're gonna kind of let you look at that, and we'll move on. Next will be framing. It'll be coming pretty soon. We'll start framing this thing up, and we'll talk to you guys about how we do our framing and how that transgressed and to what we do and the reason why. And so we'll do that, but we'll give you guys a quick look over here at the main house. It's only a 1,200 square foot little old house. They're going to be using it as a second home out here in the country, and use it for an Airbnb also in the midst of that. So it's 1,200 with a garage and a wraparound porch with an A-frame entrance. It's going to be a cool, cute little old house, little old barndo. But anyway, we'll let y'all kind of look at that, and we'll talk about some of these little old things we're doing. And so let's look at that right quick. All right, guys, so you can see, as we talked about before, we got all of our rough end plumbing in. We ended up sticking in an electrical outlet for an island. They wanted a stove in their island, so we did that. And of course, rough end plumbing for the bathrooms, and utility room for the washer and dryer, our laundry room. And then as we go across over here, you can also see our porch. We'll have an A-frame entrance here. See our 3-inch drop there. The porch will come out here and wrap around. So we'll be coming down this side, and you may ask what this last little step out square is. At last minute, they decided they wanted us to add a 7x7 deal, because they want to be able to put them a hot tub out there. So we got that, and anyway, and then our garage out this way. And I want to show you this because a lot of people do it a lot of different ways. This is where our roll-up door, garage door will be going. And we do 1.5 inches, and we do a ramp. We have tried in the past to do just drop-ins and didn't like that. The door don't seem to want to go in that and seal up good at the bottom. So you can see we do a ramp about 11 inches, and so that door will hit back here on this back side, and that way it keeps any rain, it lets it run back out. And then we've got our 2-inch drop, 3-inch drop here at the back here for the carport garage area. So that's it on this pour. Next day, and I'm walking through, and praise the Lord, we have no cracking yet. But I will tell you, get ready, because it will. It will crack some. But also something on the concrete I do want to let you guys in on. On our concrete, it's not there yet, but when it gets into the heat of the summer here in North Mississippi, the heat and humidity is ridiculous. And what we generally try to do to help with that is we will, for about a week or two after the pour, we will put sprinklers on top of this slab once we kind of get the top good, and we'll run those most of the day, every day throughout, and for at least a week or two. And we have found that it will help cut down on cracking. And what we think is happening, and the reason we do it, is because, guys, this concrete's going to cure for months. It'll be months before it's totally cured throughout, but the top cures fast. And so what we feel like is happening on a lot of these cracking situations is that the top gets there pretty quick, but then as the underneath and lower parts of that slab is curing, the top's already kind of cured out and hard, and it has to move a little, and it just can't, and that causes some of the finer cracks and such on slabs. So we do that with ours. We do put water on them and kind of let that kind of help slow the cure on that top some. It's what we feel like it does. And so anyway, that's just something you would like to try. And I'm not sure how much it helps. It seems like to us that it does help. All right, guys, so I appreciate you hanging with us through all this madness that we had here on this thing. But the cool thing is, man, we get to do it real time, dude. It don't always go easy, and that's something to remember if you're gonna try to do these things yourself. You try to plan the best you can. It don't always work out right, but you just have to power through it sometimes. And so anyway, we appreciate you being here and visiting with us today on this concrete video. Just stick with us. We're gonna keep doing more. We got framing will be coming up pretty soon here. So we'll do some deals on the framing and then the sheeting and black end of it. The other things, I'd hate to ask you so much because everybody does, but man, please, if you would, hit that like and subscribe button and help us out to grow the channel and reach more people. Share us, let us folks know we're out there. We're gonna be doing it real time and real stuff, and not gonna be hiding it and all that. We're gonna do what's there, and that's just what it is. It's life, and you have to power through a lot of things sometimes. And so again, guys, just appreciate you. Can't wait to see you next time here on Barndominium, guys.